Hello guys, in this video I would like to talk about the first step of creation, the first step of any creation. And when you start understanding the fundamentals of that, you can start to do whatever you like to do, whatever you want to do with life. And that's beautiful, to knowing, to understanding how everything simply can start unfolding in front of your eyes. It is easy to understand, but sometimes it's not easy to go through. But by practice, you will find that it's becoming much more and more uh, logical and much more easy. So the very first step is to have an idea, to have a vision, to have a dream, whatever you name it. And you bring it into this idea, this thought, this seed, into your heart, into your feeling. And you start to feel about it, to start resonate with that idea, and you just go into an action. Whatever is that, just do it. You don't think anymore, how is it going to work, how is it going to come out. It's nothing at this stage. Is just the movement. That's what it matters. Just make that step, that very first step, however small is that, and just keep on walking. So the very first step is to step in. Have an idea and step in and just do it and keep on doing it, and you will see, you will be amazed. Everything it starts with an idea. It's like a seed in nature. Everything, every living organism, say, has a seed. A seed is nothing else but the idea of the creator, the footprint of that idea. Everything in the seed is there. You cannot see, with the most modern microscope, you won't be able to see, for example, in an acorn seed, you won't be able to see that oak tree. You wouldn't, would you? No, never. But it's there. That's all the information what it needs to bring out that tree. It's there. And it's same with your idea. Whatever is your idea, just plant it into this physical existence, and just start to watching how it grows. You have to make some effort, obviously. And like when you plant that seed into the ground, into the soil, and as it starts to sprouting and it finds its way through the soil to come up to the light, and struggling even further and further to grow and becoming as beautiful as it meant to be. So it's same with your idea, it's same with you, with everything what you think, what you can imagine. Slowly but surely it will unfold in front of you if you keep walking. And the very crucial thing here is to make that very first step, whatever is that, however small is that. I will show you here one example when I started to make this journey and becoming more and more aligned with this idea and how creation really works, and going over the struggle. I never was really a good painter or good with lines and things. Straight lines, yes, but not with curvature and all these natural elements. And I had an idea to paint on this wall, which is actually the creation room, as I call it. And what you see here behind me on the wall, this is the tree of creation, as I call it. And it started actually with an idea of painting with the mind a beautiful dragon, what I saw it on YouTube, and it was really nicely done. But this painter, he was doing this all his life, and it really was just like precise, and I wanted to make something like that. So I created huge step instead of like making a small step. However, I started to do that painting. I started to paint on this wall, and it just didn't want to come out what the mind wanted to see, and and I was almost giving up, and I was almost saying that I'm not good enough for this. But I kept doing it. I kept doing it, and I was having the faith that it's something nice will come out of it at the end. And as I started to move on with the brush, and more I become excited about it, and lately it become something I like, something magnificent. And from the starting point, just to showing an example here how it looks like. So now I will move the camera and I get up from the floor because it started on the floor. So it's here, and the details are just not as beautiful as it could be, but I was accepting myself, and I was accepting the moment as I started. It always counts, and don't reject yourself, don't judge yourself that you are not good enough, because you are good enough. And if you keep walking on these steps, you can start to become better after each step, after each moment, and you can be something just beautiful. And as you see, as I improved and I just went on, and all these lines, all these curvatures just went on and on and on, from the walls to the ceiling, down to the posts, and everywhere, all around the whole room became these beautiful, beautiful lines. And I was enjoying it, doing it. I was very much thrown by it. And I'm happy that I was able to do something magnificent, something beautiful like that. And I encourage you to make that very small, very first steps, whatever is that, and just keep on walking, because it can be something what your heart talking out of you and wants to create something. My mind was telling me to do a dragon, but what my heart was doing, talking, it's that go and paint. And when I was able to drop the idea of the dragon, it became what my heart wanted to bring out. And I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that I was able to listen my heart, and I go further and further and create something which I do like, and I resonate with that very much. And you can do the same. You can do whatever you want to do. Just make that very first steps and keep on doing it. Keep on walking the path, and you can become just as nice and just as grateful. What I'm grateful and I like so much about myself. So yeah, make that first step, decide, and keep on walking until you will see the magnificent inside of you. Thank you. Thank you for watching and being here with me.